After 6 o'clock, Sunshine City, good afternoon to you, Eastern Caribbean. How you doing? Is everything? X-Rays in the house, definitely, on the #1 radio station, the most talked about SOS in the land. Here with me this afternoon. Well, this is Monday afternoon, so you know. You don't know what happened Monday afternoon. Kevin, good afternoon to you, sir.
The most talk program on the island.
Definitely.
The Soligan soldiers in the house, definitely. And giving a special good afternoon to all Soligan and Soligan mothers out there. And I just want to let the people know that these times we have to stand strong, and we Soligans, it's time for us to take over and for us to stand stronger, for us to rise above the occasion and get this jollification going.
Definitely.
And this house that we will be building will be the Soligan house.
For sure, definitely. Well, as the folks know, how we does it on Mondays, we have our veteran is in the house, and we have our superstar, rising star, the young lion in the house. So, gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
X-Ray, good afternoon. Kevin, good afternoon, rising star, and a good afternoon to your many listeners. I'm sure everybody is tuned in to the most listened radio station and one of the most nerve-wracking radio programs on the island. So I'm glad to be here again and ready to share some information with your many listeners.
Definitely. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon to all Patriots of St.Martin. It is my pleasure to be here with you this evening.
Yes. Before we start, I got to big up Jesse Torres, that just back from Curacao. Yeah, just back from Curacao with his champ, Maku. What his name is again? Sidney Maku. Sidney Maku, big up to you and the Maku family. He come back definitely with a big victory again, as it's an ongoing thing, man. It's like every time Jesse move in with his team is a victory, and we got to continue doing that because we know St. Martin is a strong nation, and we just got to prove the world. And I got Jesse in the house with me. Might as well let Jesse tell the people. Good afternoon, Jesse.
Good afternoon, radio listeners. Good afternoon, X-Ray and Dr. James, the Patriot.
Yes.
So Liberty.
You did it again.
Yeah, well, I've said it repeatedly enough that St. Martin has a lot of talent.
Yes.
And I'm here to prove that is true.
Yes.
I'm working diligently to prove that to our country and to pass on all the knowledge that I have.
Congratulations.
To people to continue making St. Martin proud.
Yeah. Congrats. You're doing a very good job. And this is what we are about.
Yeah.
Building
St. Martin Nation,
yes.
Building it, and with that we can inspire the other younger one behind, because as you see how St. Martin going right now,
yes.
There isn't much hope, there isn't much things doing in favor of the young people that could inspire them.
Yeah.
So the little that whenever we can do something that could uplift the country, then that's what we will do, to continue uplifting the country and giving them, inspiring the younger ones with hopes.
Yeah.
That there's a chance that they can do something and achieve things that is positive to the country.
This is a perfect example that what we can do.
Yeah.
And but for me, the question is like, how much more examples that we need to sacrifice to let
I think in the position we're in right now,
attention.
We got to do it block by block. We're going to build a wall. Yeah. One block at a time we're going to start now. And we're going to put that block up. And there's going to be a block that nobody can. There's a wall that can't be removed after.
Of course, from how we start to build it,
yes.
It can't be removed.
The most important thing we need is a very strong foundation.
Yeah.
But it got to be built the correct manner. For when a house is built in the correct manner and straight, it is more difficult for it to fall.
Yes.
Because everything has to be structured in the correct way. And like I say, we have moved beyond government, and we have to take the lead for ourselves to show the people of St. Martin the real things supposed to be done. Because we all can see that St. Martin really have a big lack of leadership, not only pertaining to St. Martin in general, but to create opportunities for our people to prosper in this country.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's why we here taking the lead to show the people the way things should be done.
Yes. Jesse gonna be sitting with us this afternoon for a while. You have to leave when you're ready to go. But we want to release the most talked about event that's coming up right now, which is the Sunday jollification, and we have our promo already. So we're gonna just let it go. So hit us with a promo.
And slowly gets it hard. The 5 o'clock talk at 6 and St. Martin Grassroots People Movement. We have heard your concern, your cries. We have felt your hurt, your pain, your fears of becoming extinct as a St. Martin people. Well, fear no more, for we are a strong people, a proud people. We St. Martin people are going to reclaim our cultural heritage, our rights as a people, and our land. Starting Sunday, October the 7th, 2012, and thereon after every first Sunday of the month, from 2 to 5 p.m., we will be having our own traditional St. Martin jollification. So come out to our jollification in Friars Bay at the Mango Echo Project of Rodman James. Bring your family and friends and let us rekindle the flame of our St. Martin heritage. Stay tuned to this radio station for more regular updates. God bless St. Martin. And God bless the people of St. Martin. See you there.
Well, that's the ad, that's a commercial, and you're going to be hearing more about that right here on this station and the rest of the radio stations on Ireland, because it's a St. Martin movement. This is not a SOS or this is not an X-ray or 5 o'clock. This is a St. Martin movement.
And for all those people who believe was taught that St. Martin don't have no culture, come out and see for yourself. You're going to see a display of love of country, of St. Martin tradition, and there's a lot of things you will learn about St. Martin. It's the real thing.
The most important thing that you will discover is the love.
Yes.
But there's where it all starts.
Love for country.
Love of country, patriotism.
Any recovery or even success or progress, it's all about love.
Yeah.
So people, bring back all the good old love.
I would like to ask Mr. James a question. Could you explain the public, because we know what it is, but we want the people to understand the importance of it, the word jollification.
Yeah, I think it's a very good question, and that people understand, what we mean when we talk about jollification. In order to understand the concept of jollification, what we did, we looked it up, in the literature, and in particular, we used as a resource the book entitled 1963, A Landmark Year in St. Martin, written by our one and only historian and grand dame, I would say, Daniela Jeffrey. In that book, and you can find it if you have that book on page 10, and I'll read it because then people can hear for themselves, because we are here to educate the people. They don't have to believe us, they can go and verify for themselves.
Yeah.
So I'll read what she says here about the notion, the concept of jollification, and I quote. So this is on page 10 of that particular book. The St. Martin people were hard-working and resourceful for their families and helpful to each other. A major and practical part of the people's work ethic and cooperative society was jollification, the tradition that combined work and merriment for the benefit of a family member, friend, the community as a whole, or oneself. Jollification often took place on a Sunday, when men from one or more villages would come together to help a neighbor, friend, or family member build his home while the women cooked the food for the workers. Jollification represented the most consistent and practical high point of the prevailing sense of communal togetherness, where the give and take custom and law for one, law for all philosophy were much in practice. And even while the little cash that was circulating began to increase noticeably, as exchange for goods and services after the 1930s. Jollification continued as a force well up to the 1950s, and variations of it remain a rare but meaningful feature of modern St. Martin. I think that's a very good explanation, and I think that even though many of us, or some of us, might not even have known the word jollification in and of itself, we all understand that working together, that coming together for a common cause.
Yes.
All of us, because basically, and you, Jesse, too. I mean, I know how your house is built most recently, and our parents' homes as well.
Yeah.
And that was a reason why many of our people, at a given moment, had beautiful homes. And a lot of people thought that we must have had a lot of money, and it was because of that sense of togetherness of our parents and our ancestors, and that is a very important aspect of our culture, because what it did, it allowed us to be able to move forward without having per se to need money as such, So it was a process that involved basically everybody, in their own way. Everybody played a role in their own way, and that was a great way, basically, to build the society, to build a home, So, that is something that we are building on. And I have to give credit again to the gentleman sitting right across from me, Kevin, because when we were talking about how to call that event that we were planning, to which we invited, St. Martin's to come out and, meet with each other, etc. It was you who came up with the idea of jollification. And we talked about it after, because we met several times in meetings. And one thing is becoming very clear. What we are doing, and you said it too, Patriot, what we are doing is a spiritual something, right? The spirit of our ancestors is guiding us, is with us. So when we speak, we do not speak only out of our own, knowledge and our own wisdom and intelligence. We are guided by the spirit of our ancestors. We feel it too, as a matter of fact, and that gives us a sense of responsibility as well to do it, as good as possible. So, Kevin, I'm sure, that the spirit of our ancestors entered into your mind, when you came up with that idea, and, we are taking it to the next level, because we now, are talking about a variation, as Daniela wrote about, of jollification, because you can have different variations. What we are talking about now is we are talking about nation building. And when we talk about nation building, we are talking about the home. We don't talk about our individual homes, our houses. We talk about our collective home. And what is our collective home? That is St. Martin. And it's evident, that not only if things were good alone, we had to, continue maintaining that home, let alone when things are rough. And we all know St. Martin is going through, a rough period right now, where the house is under attack from all angles, right? So it's time that all of us as St. Martiners come out, everybody, because nobody plays a more important role than the other. All of us have a role to play, to rebuild and reconstruct that home so it becomes strong again, where it can house us, and also maybe we build some additional rooms, where we can house people, guests who have an added value. So with our notion of jollification, we are talking about reconstructing our home, whereby we start by cleaning up the home. Because when you're reconstructing a home, you got to start throwing everything outside. Throw everything outside. But guess what? Not everything goes back inside.
Exactly.
Yeah? Because you want to build it now in a proper way. So that is what we have decided is necessary, because we have seen that a lot of St. Martiners have tried to build the home St. Martin, contribute towards nation building, each on their own, some by writing, some by singing, others in different ways. And we have come together, and that's why I really commend you all very, very much, as SOS and as the 6 o'clock program. We have decided, we're going to bring all those elements, all those people, right, who individually have been, trying to build and reconstruct the homes in Martin, bring them all together, in a monthly jollification, and the first one will take place Sunday, the first Sunday of October, which will be the 7th of October.
Definitely.
So in short, that's the notion of jollification.
The question to let the people know is where will it be kept?
Yes, the jollification, as you said, X-ray, it's something that we are trying out now to see how it's going to work, because we want basically for it to move around, in different places, on the island, and we have to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. So we're starting in Forest Bay at the Mango Eagle project, right, and that is right opposite the gut side bar and restaurant, right opposite there, that area there, that is where it's going to be held. So we invite everybody to come out Sunday, October the 7th, from 2 to 5. Mm-hmm. And I think we should make use of this opportunity too. You want to say something? Okay.
No, not on that, but I know Jesse have lived that jollification life.
Yeah.
You want to tell us how it was, Jesse?
No, because I heard Dr. James has mentioned a couple of times that how many people has visualized and people has a lot of money based on the size of the home that they lived in, and the achievement that they have able to accomplish. But I can say that I lived through it. Being a certain age, I was still in the time of the jollification. Today you don't see it anymore because of this. We get polluted with a set of people that comes amongst us and divide us from that harmonious living. I'll tell you how I can say it plain. Because sometimes when we enter marriage with certain people that doesn't have our traditional culture, they, like let's say X, you want to give me a hand on Sunday. His wife would not be too pleased that he leaving the home to go over with me to do some work on Sunday. You work all week, Sunday, she stay home with the family and everything. So it kind of distracts us from our glue. It kind of take away the glue from us living that way. A lot of people has come to St. Martin as jealous the way they see St. Martin people has lived for many years. But we never put enough emphasis on realizing why they had this envy against us. But the way that we live was so special. But we never take stock of it. We be pretty careless to it. And today we're seeing where it has destroyed us. So we have to be very careful. And I think listening to the program on, I think it was on last week, Thursday, man, I was so happy to hear so many St. Martin people calling. I think you guys are called after the program because I couldn't just there be. To see that the consciousness has been, being working on this for a long time. Dr. James, and to see that it's finally come into place, it gives me a sense of happiness, man. To see that the work has finally come in to the point where people has really understanding that we are not about hating Caribbean or hating people from any part of the world, but it's a matter of bringing the house into order. Like Dr. James just said just now, when you're cleaning the house, it ain't everything that you put outside that will come back in. This is a chance of evaluating what you have put out, if it merit coming back into the house.
Because some of the furniture is probably a little break off. Some of them got in termites they didn't know. You can't put back in a termites share in the house because it can infest the rest.
So that's a chance of evaluating what should go back in, what should be retired. And I think this is a good chance for us now to take stock based on the fact that you're seeing the criminal element has started to come out now in a very dangerous way to destroy St. Martin altogether. I have to thank the Patriot also for sending me those exclusive interviews and things from the clipping from the news, with Peter Gunn on Sunday. That program was very, very, very good, and it is things like that so that open other people's eyes, because half of the thing he said there, Dr. James said those things years ago, but they have fallen deaf ears because people don't.
Not really deaf ears, but we got call. Okay. Hello, good afternoon, caller. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Yes, you're live. Yes, sir. Oh no. Okay.
Let me say this. I mean, we should give up credit to where credit is due. And X-ray and Youth Master, not only advice you have a good voice. I mean, you really got a DJ style, you have the music background. But your show have really propelled this movement to a pinnacle. And you're a real patriot. You're humble,
I second a
you're
motion.
cool,
Yeah.
and you're a nice person to sit down and talk to. You don't have no ego. You just let your love for St. Martin just show and flow. And brother, God bless you, because you are one of the turning points in this business here.
Absolutely. And I must say, tell you the truth, I've known X-Ray for quite a while, the voice, and I think you have a beautiful voice. I think the ladies will attest to that.
Well, I hope so.
You've got a real nice range of voice. And this is what I want to say. Sometimes in life, there are people who you have a certain idea of, right? You might have an idea that they are nice people and whatnot, but you don't have the experience as such.
That's correct.
The experience that I have with you, X-Ray, and most of you, Jesse, who I know very long, what you see is what you get. And that is so nice, I find. It's like, you are who you are. Close up, you are just the way as hearing you from a distance on the radio. You're a genuine person. And as Miguel said, one of your strengths I find is you're very intelligent. You're very intelligent because you know what you know, and you know what you don't know, and you don't have a problem with that. You don't have an ego. You don't earth.
But saying that, I still strongly feel that the timing is right. Nothing happened before you time. Because I've been fighting this battle for a while also, but now is the time. And I believe God saying that now is the time.
But what I find is very nice to tell the truth, and I feel personally very, very happy about it, because if I look at myself, right, when I came back from Holland and I got involved, because from day one in 1981 I saw what the matter was going. And I used to speak out. I predicted what's happening now to people back then, and they looked at me like I was crazy. People making money could not done. And I told them the day is going to come, you're not going to have money to even to survive. I saw it. So I was so concerned about the island that I used to speak out a lot. And I got very impatient, because people didn't see what was hanging over their heads. And consequently, because I was so passionate and impatient, I came across, I suppose, to people as somebody who is very, very aggressive, somebody who is not a nice person, fine with me. You understand? And so I feel very blessed and privileged that God has given me life, that I could be part of this moment where, it's not only Leopold, who is, trying to educate and inspire and empower the people, but you got yourself, you got Kevin, right? You got Miguel, and so many others. That makes me feel so good. It makes me feel so good, and it humbles me. So as you said, I think nothing happens before it's time.
The time is right.
To me, what is important is the coming together of us, but we getting along together. Because if you learn from the past history, people of St. Martin used to live close, and after a while, like everybody went their own separate way, and the love wasn't there no more. And once the love of the people starts to separate, the people is the country, so the country goes down the drain. Because money, sometimes in so-called financial success, does destroy things too. If you don't put financial success in the right aspect to help other people, or your own people, it's a waste of time. And I think that is where we went wrong. But the situation sometimes has changed people to be better. And I think this group here, as we learn each other, and we respect each other, and we love each other, and for us to put this jollification event together, is really changing the nation back to how it was in those days, and for people to learn the history, the heritage, and the past. And nothing can be more precious than that.
I think, Jesse?
I would like to explain how I get to come about knowing Leopold James. I was working by Ottomar at that time, 1987. And Leopold had a Patriot car at that time. So I was working up there, and Leopold come there, being at St. Martin, he would be concerned about St. Martin. So he asked me different questions, how I find this, how I find that, you know. And we go into long talks and things. Then had a battle on the waterfront after. And then we submit the then after he come with the Caribbean champion. But we was always involved in, you know, discussing about St. Martin. And we talking about destiny and things happening in the right time. The same day that I was signed out for my job because I had an accident to my shoulder, I walked out just to the corner right here by outside the station there. And just the airport passed on the other side, tell me want to see me. And invite me to a program of Nation Top, the commander team. And guess what? Billy was supposed to be on that program the same night.
Oh, I can't remember.
And Billy didn't show up that night. So then I was on with Leopold in Beijing.
Okay.
And what happened is, after the program, Leopold said, "But we got room for you on board, you know." He said, I wanted to work as an engineer of the program. And then we went on there for 3 years with Nation Top. So, you know, it shows that this spirit and this continue working together in this dream. Once you stick to it, you know, everything could fall in place. All it takes is will and determination. You know,
that's where you see the team that we have here. If we don't have the right frame of mind and the love for what we are doing, God wouldn't leave it to go on. God wouldn't leave it to go on. But we have to be real to ourselves. We have to be real to the country.
I'd like to congratulate Kevin too, for a young man. Very much youngsters his age will be thinking nation building and making a sacrifice ever happen because they'll have fun other
things to do.
Other things
important.
Young people don't think on that, you know. But very
really
have a young man so conscious.
Thank you. And Mr. James, concerning coming about the jollification and calling the whole event, and after discussions of the movement, that spirit came to me, and then I brought up jollification. For me, the feeling is overwhelmed because our ancestors.
So you get accustomed to it, you know.
Trust.
More than come, you know.
Spirit has never been gone into.
More than come.
So within the reviving of Soul League, I call upon the spirits to give me all the strength necessary that I would be able to have that strength and that shield and that power to face any.
The spirit is going to be very proud of you, believe me.
Negative. And to defeat
You're going to make
such.
it. You're going to make it.
And I just want to say at a time like this, we really like talking about ancestors, call upon our ancestors that fought the struggle. And where the mother's concerned, you all know that I love to pick up and give the honor and respect to our mothers. I'd like to call upon the spirit of one Tete Loke, and that she could rest her spirit on all the mothers of the island, that they would be able to embrace us and protect us, that we would be prevailers and this victorious and this whole movement, that they will inherit the fruits.
You know what I find nice of what we're doing? Again, I find, you know, the concept of jollification, the youth movement. From the time I heard, I knew that was it.
You clicked one time.
That was it, you know, and I couldn't have thought about it. You know, I really couldn't have thought about it. You know, sometimes the spirit looks for a certain person, I believe. You know, as a
bring the message across,
right? You know, but what I like about this whole concept of us, you know, rebuilding our home, rebuilding the home culture is necessary. Because when you look at what's happening out there are all kinds of guests, some unwanted, right, who came in the house and who are representing the house. But they're not representing the house the way the house should be represented. You know, with that I mean, for example, you have a lot of people that came to this island, right? They are in our home, right? And they have taken our hospitality, our reputation as being friendly people for granted. And they have transformed it into something completely different, and that reflects very negatively on us and on the spirit of our ancestors. And we have the duty to correct that situation. I agree. But in doing so, let me finish this. In doing so, while we reconstructing the home to make it comfortable for us, in the first place. We are also building rooms for others because we want to expand the home.
Guest rooms.
Yes, guest rooms. Absolutely. You understand? Because we are a hospitable people, and we want to maintain that. We don't want nobody to force us to become violent people, because that's what they're trying to do. Basically, when you look at it, we are being pushed in a corner. And if you are not conscious, you respond aggressively and violently. But when you are conscious of yourself, remember the I, then you realize I don't have to become violent because I'm in charge of my destiny.
Exactly.
You see, politicians listen right now, because they're scared of this right now. Because when people start to make politicians feel the irrelevant, which they have made themselves irrelevant, because they have betrayed St. Martin completely, right? Then we have to do what we have to do. You understand? So we have to rebuild our home. That's our responsibility and privilege as well. Rebuild the home so it becomes a safe home, a home where you have a positive spirit. Because right now there are all kind of ghosts, all kind of funny spirits. It's like a haunted house because people come with all their whatever, and it's not good. Period. So we have to bless the home. We have to cleanse the home. Physically and spiritually, St. Martin needs cleansing. And we let everybody know, get out of our way. This is our house, and we throw everything out of the house, and not everything going back in the house, and certainly not in the same order. Right? Because we have to structure things that guest knows he's a guest. We're going to treat you good. But don't think you're the host of the home. You're not. You understand what I'm saying? So all those things, we are going to put in place. And during these jollifications, and we get some feedback from people already. Some feedback that you get goosebumps.
All the time.
Because it's touching people. Because a lot of people thought this would never happen. You will never have something like that taking place because they expect it to come from the politicians. You understand? Now we are empowering the people themselves. You understand? So I think it's very important that we are engaged in something positive, because this is not about exclusion. This is about the real inclusion. And real inclusion means that we in already. We add in. You can't include something in there already.
We are the creator.
Okay, there you go.
So concerning the guest room, I just wanted to add, it's our house, so legal house.
Yes.
The guest room.
Absolutely.
But the guests have to respect the house rules.
Otherwise, there's no access.
Definitely.
I always have to leave. You have to check out.
No, you don't have to check out. You won't get in. Don't forget, we clean the house. So everything going out. So it's a matter of who coming in and who ain't coming in anymore. Who have to start your own home or whatever.
True that.
You see, this is our responsibility that we have.
In this house, I might be a little extreme. It's not a bordel house.
It's not what?
A bordel.
Okay. I like it.
What's a bordel?
A brother. No, but that's right. That's right. Because
okay, brother.
Because St. Martin right now is one big brother. I mean, that's what I talk about. Creating a home with the right values and norms, the right spiritual, setting.
That we used to be.
Yes.
Not prostituted.
Exactly.
Anymore.
Exactly.
Yes.
This
for money.
This is what I like to say. For all those people of St. Martin who waited years for this time, your time is coming.
That's right.
For all those who have given up hope, your time is here. We're going to make sure that we instill all the values of the real St. Martin, that you can learn to love it even more, and then you can appreciate it, that we're going to take this country back to its rightful owners. Keep hope alive.
I agree with the picture there, because a lot of St. Martin people has given up, and they say, it's done too late, and he nothing to do to reverse it. Now I hear people singing different songs since this 6 o'clock program start. So I see hopes already in the minds of the people. That's why I couldn't call, actually congratulated me a couple of days ago. You have done a great job.
Yes.
St. Martin Patriots and Swan Legions at heart. The 5 o'clock talk at 6 and St. Martin Grassroots People Movement. We have heard your concern, your cries. We have felt your hurt, your pain, your fears of becoming extinct as a St. Martin people. Well, fear no more, for we are a strong people, a proud people. We St. Martin people are going to reclaim our cultural heritage, our rights as a people, and our land. Starting Sunday, October the 7th, 2012, and thereon after every first Sunday of the month, from 2 to 5 p.m., we will be having our own traditional St. Martin jollification. So come out to our jollification in Friars Bay at the Mango Echo Project of Rodman James. Bring your family and friends and let us rekindle the flame of our St. Martin heritage. Stay tuned to this radio station for more regular updates. God bless St. Martin. And God bless the people of St. Martin. See you there.
Definitely. St. Martin is our home, and we got to do what we got to do.
Yep.
It's a must.
You know, sometimes when I'm speaking, and especially when I hear that commercial, it touches me.
Yeah, right.
It makes me feel like I want to cry.
Still hope.
Not really, because you know why? Because this is a spiritual, I always say it's a spiritual thing, and we're going to reawaken that spiritual of St. Martin, that spirit of our ancestors. And I always say, failure is not an option, guaranteed success.
Yes. Period. With no apology.
No apology.
Sorry to say, but the South side, I think, have put themselves back against the wall when the so-called granted and celebrated Emancipation Day. I think they do something that they don't even have no idea.
We have an idea what we're going to do, right?
What coming to them.
We have an idea what we're going to do, right?
Of course.
Okay, good.
Most definitely. But I just wanted to bring that to the attention of the people.
You see, I don't know if y'all want to touch this subject with the incident that just happened on Kupukoi last week. Then,
This is exactly the purpose of this platform.
Exactly. This is why we need this jollification, to prevent these kind of things from happening, because you know who your guests be. When you have any kind of anybody come in at any time, how they want, and then we got our dishonorable that's calling for
Justice Minister Roland Duncan.
Yes.
Just to be clear, that visitors are serving visitors.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
You might
I think that's the biggest problem.
Yes.
Yeah. There is where the problem lies.
Of course.
Where
And besides that, you don't have no control at all on those visitors that are serving, because you have...
You're not correct, sir. You mean illegal immigrants serving our guests. The guests is legal because they are here to visit. But we have illegal immigrants serving our guests, taking away our job, and trying to take over our country by the blessing of a justice minister who don't protect St. Martin people.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the problem.
Very well.
When our minister of justice say that he's not going to deport them, then
So
they feel like
if he says, and that's what he said, and that's what he has in his mind, not to deport them. Then you can put it in practical terms. This means that Minister Roland Duncan is telling people from all over the world, come to St. Martin. That's what he's telling them.
And do what you want.
Come to St. Martin. Once you are here, right, you make your children, right, you hold the country hostage, right, and you force the country to provide you with public health, public education. You bring in all kind of other family members. You even dig up the dead. You bring in the dead because there's a lot of zombies walking around here. So he is telling them effectively to come to the country. This is the Minister of Justice, come to this country, break the laws, and we're going to reward you for breaking the laws here. At the same time, he's betraying the St. Martin people.
Yeah.
Not only him, the whole parliament, because they allow it to happen.
Yes.
The whole government, because they allow it to happen.
So what Minister of Justice, I'm going to focus on the Minister of Justice. I'm going after him. Because if you are Minister of Justice, right, you have to serve justice, right? And as Jesse always says, where there's no justice, there can't be peace. Basically, he is undermining justice. He promotes lawlessness. When you promote lawlessness, you put yourself on a slippery slope. Because not only you inviting people to come and break the law, right? Basically, you're telling law-abiding citizens that they are fools.
Exactly.
Yeah. They are fools. You're a fool to stick to the law. Because you get punished. Yeah. The ones who stick to the law-abiding citizens, they won't get punished. So at a given moment, the younger generation, you see it already, they're going to say, I got to be a fool to be a law-abiding. Law-abiding stupidness, that's outdated. You understand? On St. Martin, you get away. by breaking the law, by being lawless.
What they're saying, St. Martin is a criminal and a corrupted haven.
It's a That's what it is.
Let me show you one example that when they talk about the young people, and the young people is not following a good line. Look at it, right? When you look at the people from the top on our society, white-collar crime, right? When we look at it, those who get away. Look, I'll set one example that will make it more clear for the people that are listening will understand me very easy. For instance, the thing about was on the news 2 weeks back about the merchants selling counterfeit products, shoes, you name it. The Indian stores and whatever, stores in front street and back, who the comes and scale the things for. They will slap on the hand and release. No, you're going to jail a guy 2-3 years for stealing a batch of my cat.
No, Patriot. A pan of sardine to feed the children home.
To feed the children home. So, tell me, and when you see the youngsters now don't want to work anymore, because what? They're being hustled in a position where they're being underpaid, treated so badly. When they know these other guys give them drugs and what's not to sell and to make more faster money, they're not going to go work for 2 weeks for small change. They're going to sell the drug where they can make $1,000 a night.
See, and that's why you have problems with schools. Because they're not interested in education. Listen, when some people, I even had a problem with my son. He might get mad if I said I'm my youngest son, because he saw where I went to university. All my kids were born in Holland. Went to university. He knows what it took to go to university and get a university degree. And when he saw how I was treated in my own home,
right,
he was saying, "But what are you going to study for?"
These are examples.
He said, "I never want to do what you did."
Yeah, because you ain't getting nowhere.
Yeah,
you only getting hurt.
You're getting hurt.
Let me find this for you. That's the danger of St. Martin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our leaders is like a construct a system to break St. Martin people.
Right.
Yeah. And that is betrayal. And when you hear your people willing to bend backward to reward illegal immigrants, but want to punish their own grassroots people, you have to tell yourself, this is not right and it's dishonorable. And we have to call it what it is and stop being.
But I don't think you call it what it is. It's war.
It is war.
It's our government
declare war.
Duncan again is declaring war on St. Martin on me.
Yes,
and I'm going to defend myself.
I will too.
I don't care who he is. I'm going to defend myself because you don't have the right to destroy a nation. You don't have that right.
I'm going to tell you another scenario that happened to St. Martin people right now. St. Martin people, the reason why they call them lazy is because they don't want to do 2 and 3 man work. You get a St. Martin person do 8 hours work, he know what 8 hours work is. You get a Haitian, he going to do 3 man work. And if I don't go and do that 3 man work, they're going to call me lazy. And plus the Haitians getting underpaid. The Haitians and Spanish doing a lot. 2 and 3 man work, one person doing for lower wages than I will work for. I am not going to work for it.
Exploitation.
They're going to call me lazy now. And the result is, I ain't working, I ain't making money, the Haitians working, they're making the money, and they become financial poor in this country. That's what happened to us. And we got to be very careful that we don't put a stop to that fact.
See, what has happened too is sometimes we label our people as being lazy and that immigrants are hardworking. Nonsense. If they were hardworking, they say where they are.
Exactly.
You gotta say where you are and build your country.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Look, at a certain moment, most immigrants and Haitians are a perfect example. To get in the system, they're the nicest people you can imagine.
Yeah.
Let them get the same rights as you have.
In the change.
See if you can use them before.
Yeah.
You understand? So, I mean, we got to wake up and realize that people ain't come here because they're so nice. Yeah. They come here because where they are hellholes. Yeah. You see, if you travel the Caribbean, you realize living in a switch on St. Martin is comparable to living in a middle class home somewhere else. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I want to be realistic. You understand? The difference is that big. I'm not saying to treat people inhumanely. I'm not saying that. But at the same time, we have to be very careful not to put down our own people, because so-called others come here. They ain't coming because they want to build St. Martin.
No.
Give me a break.
No. Just a question. Does this Minister of Justice, Mr. Duncan...
what do you call it?
Minister Duncan.
Minister what?
injustice.
I just want to make sure we understand what
Start with the same person.
Basically, what the question will be pointing to, does he have a connection with the Dutch mob? Because basically, what he's fueling is the negative aspect of St. Martin, and that is criminality and corruption to the highest level. But when you think that the Dutch coming here to assist us to be able to better our situation and to create a positive environment, these people are basically having key positions in the negative environment that this Minister of Injustice have created for St. Martin, because it's basically lawyers. The amount of lawyer firms that have established in St. Martin, Dutch lawyer firms.
They're corporate lawyers. They just, listen, the whole Dutch lobby, right? That is like,
they go hand in hand.
That is like the what they call the West Indian company. It's pure business. We see those young Dutch lawyers.
They don't care about you.
These aren't guys that come with a soft feeling. They don't care about other people. They are corporate-minded people. Look at the buildings they put on.
And there's a lot.
Long time they never used to put on the buildings. They would go and rent.
Right.
They ain't going to rent no building or anything no more. You're crazy.
And there's a lot of them.
They put on buildings, and those buildings are statements. Meaning, we're here to stay.
Yeah.
Your situation is getting better.
We are the new establishment. Period. You know.
Yeah.
But that's why again we have to focus on ourselves. You know, it's good to know what they're doing, but we should not focus on them. We got to focus on what we got to do.
Keep your eye on the goal.
We have to make it this attractive for them, in the sense of when this movement, the better. So league of society, they have no jobs.
They have no job no more. That's it.
So
hold on one second. Hold on one second. Just a little further down the road, there was a jail in my time, and I noticed that jail had just about 1 or 2 persons. We had to close the jail because there was no occupancy for the jail, and they had to close it. So what I'm saying is, what you just said was correctly on the right track. The fact you mean is that we have to educate. That's why when you come in the word jollification, I tell Dr. Dean Sunday, we had a meeting, I said, I love the name, but it has to have something else to it. Because jollification is a working process. People that comes to work. But I said, no, we can use the word jollification into empowering and putting knowledge in our people as the jollification go by. So it's a jollification of knowledge.
I'm glad you bring up this.
You understand? It's a jollification of knowledge.
Before you continue,
sure.
When me and X-Ray got together, you know, basically from 1 or 2 programs we did together, that's basically the notion that we have.
That's our goal.
Together, that's a feeling that says we can't leave this like how
talk. We have to talk level.
I'm so glad you bring it up, you know, and we talk about it too in our meetings, you know, and we're gonna expand on it in subsequent programs, because the jollification is going to have a lot of different aspects. It's not going to be only that, you know, we are there, you know, to interact with each other, you know, spiritual basis and have something to eat and music. We're also going to empower each other in different ways. And one of the things that we plan to do, and I want to go in detail necessarily, we are going to. I know you don't want to let it talk. Let it talk. Too much. Let it talk. Okay, it's going to be also a working congress, like where we're going to have different questionnaires, you know, specific questionnaires to find out exactly the feelings of St. Martin people. Because what we plan to do is we plan to take care of the needs and the problems, if they are general problems of St. Martin people, you know, to take to the next level to address it. And that's why the combination with that, you know, let's say practical experience with the radio station as a platform, you know, that interaction is very powerful, because based on what you hear during the jollification in terms of what people are lacking and need, whether it's jobs, you know, it's social welfare, apartments or whatever, people looking for jobs, we can tell them, listen, once you sign up with us, you come in here and we're going to promote it. We'll call government and say, listen, government, we send this person to you. You know, and we're going to follow what happens. And as I think to Miguel, no, it's not an option.
Not only government, but establishments also.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We are talking really about empowering St. Martin people. This ain't talk, music. You think, no.
But tell them the consequences will happen if.
That's what I'm saying. This program is too short now.
Yeah.
But we're working on that so that at a certain moment, we're going to be helping people, individuals and people. Once we know that they have a justified, need, we are going to be calling on whether it's government, whether it's private sector, calling them out.
Yeah. Yes.
Going to the building. Say we are here now.
Yeah.
The 6 o'clock program is here now. We have a St. Martin here who used to ain't got a job. You got a bunch of foreigners have a job. As a matter of fact, our position is going to be every job that's held by a foreigner is a vacancy.
Definitely.
Every house that's held by a foreigner is a vacant home. Because you can't tell a St. Martiner that there are no jobs and you have jobs held by foreigners.
Yeah.
You understand? So listen, we talking some serious stuff here. You understand what I'm saying? Because we plan to retake our country, period.
And you know the sweet thing about it is, what we're doing is right in the law, but we're not applying it.
Yeah.
Or we're not standing up for it.
Well, let me put it like this. We're writing law.
Exactly.
And I just want the public to know.
We write the law for our interest.
That's what I'm saying.
I would like the public to know that
Exactly.
we will also have an open mic, so you all can express yourself, you all can have a voice, and you all can share with the rest of the fellow patriots that day. What is your concern?
Exactly.
Hopefully that we could address.
And what's so nice about that is when you, that's why this thing is so impressive. When you bring people together, hundreds, thousands of people together, and St. Martin's realize, but just a minute, I'm not the only one that's having this problem. So what that does, that gives synergy. It reinforces what we can do. So there's no issue about it done too late and we can't do this and we can't do that. But if you see some people around you with the same problem, guess what? All of a sudden it becomes we can and we will.
Yeah. That determination kick in.
Period.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
all the time.
All the time again.
Gentlemen, boy, we gotta leave it
all the time.
It's time to fly so fast on Mondays, eh?
Anyhow, I enjoyed it.
It was a wonderful program. God bless you.
Yes.
And God bless you.
Thank you, guys. I will stay my welcome.
The will, and we can, we must.
Yes, definitely. We must finish right now until tomorrow, God's willing. I'll be back here with you tomorrow morning on Talking Point. So join me tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening also here on 5 o'clock talk at 6. Be gone. So